We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Alert! Alert!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Hey, check that, street.
They'll keep it on the ground. Owens. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Uses the stiff arm. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
second down and a run by Robinson.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Owens. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Owens. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Montez Sweat with a tackle. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Off play action. Shepard. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top 2 seeds in the NFC. I think they're the 2 best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top 2 teams in the NFC.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Owens. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Off the play fake. Shepard. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the score. As Sanders has it poked free. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Owens. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Off play action. Shepard. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They begin the drive with Robinson. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a now going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the... line. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Anthony Schwartz his first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half? And this throw will be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at...
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Throwing is Hurts.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And some space here. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
If you think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
Here we go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to throw. Shepard. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
On 1st down, Shepard going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown 49ers.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
80 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
19 right.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's Hurts to throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run with Sanders up the middle.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And his kick here is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
To throw on second down. Riley, he's airing it out for Williams. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
On second down, it's Owens. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 39. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It will go as a first down for San Francisco and a pickup of 16. They'll keep it on the ground. Owens. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
43 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Owens. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Niners take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. We'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Oh, man, it was a prep All-American in nearby Antioch. It's Najee Harris.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
Definitely productive, including scoring his 14th touchdown of the season last week. It's going to be fun to watch the matchup now because he has a nose for the end zone. So if you're a defender, what's your job? Keep him out.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Riley.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Shepard.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Riley. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Riley to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been
trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the 49ers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Shepard. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the...
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second. Third progression. That was a nice play.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Riley. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Riley forced out to his left. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Back to throw. Riley. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Riley. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. On third down, here's Harris. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at about the 14. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the...
And he's in for the score. And his... touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Got it. Ready?
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Following the touchdown here.
this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
That's pulled in at the 32. Nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Shepard, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they do.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Riley. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Let's go, let's go.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Off the play fake. Shepard. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. On 1st down, Owens. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, Riley steps away to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Throwing on 1st down, Riley. He's going to look deep down the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kyle Pitts, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Ready, go.
To throw on 2nd down. Riley toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that
has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to throw. Riley. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to throw again. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Following the fumble recovery, Shepard. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Now, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Looking to throw. Riley. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Bradley Pinion now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Shepard, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Shepard. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Cut, ready? Cut back to you. Cut back to you. 760.
On 4th down, Shepard. And a throw right sideline is complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing subscript.
Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Following the fumble recovery, Shepard, he's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off play action, Shepard.
This went into the hands of Pitts.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Off the play fake, Shepard.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off play action, Shepard. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Off the play fake. Shepard on the move to his left. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Ready? 50
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Riley. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion.
set to go. Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors.
And off we go from Seattle.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Right back to him on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Owens. Pushes him over. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Up the middle they go. Owens. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They get this out left. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And what they do know is that they'll be playing at home come January, at least for one game, as they have locked up the NFC West.
And everyone wants that top spot, partner. We know that because that guarantees you home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But whether or not that's in the cards or not, you have to be impressed with how this team has played.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Owens. And he's got some space here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. They'll run on first down. Owens. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. On first down, it's Owens. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Ty Davis-Price,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Owens. They find some open field here. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now back to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, And it's a loss of 6. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert to first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. It's taken to the 26. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. It's Owens, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Owens, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle they go. It's Owens. And some room to run now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Niners are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's going to get this complete here to Lockett.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense is something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Zone score, they'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to the play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come upon halftime.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get
touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there.
95 yards. And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Singletary to get the drive started. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating a certain amount.
Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, 28 yards. And the Niners take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Rolling to his left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brevin Jordan from 13 yards out. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
38.
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 13. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Niners take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
2nd and 3.
It's complete to Lockett. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Tarvarius Moore.
He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided.
He's got a man, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Off play action. Shepard.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers.
Brevin Jordan
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the 49ers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Looking to throw.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
17.
They'll drop to throw. Eluded, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, right?
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Call it a gain of a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
19 tight.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's complete to Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, This is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give